what you want is important. Let me say that again. What you want is important. And I don't mean that it's important to you. I don't mean you want a glass of water now, that's important to yourselves. Might be true, especially if it's a real burning want. Listen. What I mean is, what you want is important to who you are. What you want lines up with the change that you want to create. And if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. You are a powerful creator. So the change that you want to bring, that you want to create, lines up with what you want. Now, so often in society, we're taught that wanting something is a bit of an icky subject. If you're ever told as a child, I want never gets, I was. I'm here to rewrite that rule. If you've ever stepped towards want and felt a feeling that wanting might be ungrateful for what you already have, or that wanting means that you're a selfish person, that you're putting yourself ahead of other people, because surely not everyone can have what they want. I'm here to rewrite those. This used to be my story, not anymore, because I know how powerful a creator I am. I know the change that I can bring, and I know that that change, it speaks to me through what I want. So your want is important. It's bringing you to all that you are. If you don't align to your wants in this one physical life, you're not aligning to all that you are. Therefore, you're not aligning to all that you can be. And if you're not aligning to all that you are, then you're not bringing the magic that you are, the gift that you are to everybody else that you share this world with, especially those closest to you. Because those closest to you chose you to be in their life. They soul contracted with you for you to cross their path. Especially if these people are significant others in your life, they need you, they want you to be all that you are. And if your wants are an inherent part of who you are, then they want you to want what you want. Wanting something does not equate to stepping on people to get where you want to go. It doesn't equate to being cutthroat and bloodthirsty. You can be a loving, kind, compassionate, physical human and still want. And if there's any part of you that disagrees with that, then there's a part of you that's repelling and denying the fact that you are made of love. You cannot be a physical human without being made of love and light. So accept that first. This is the start point. I am built of love. I don't water that love down if I want something. I don't water that love down. I'm still me. I'm still love. But if I turn away from all that I want, I'm not bringing the change that's important for me. I'm not bringing the change that I wanted to bring. You came here with good reason. You worked hard to come here and have this physical human experience. Not every human chooses to have a physical human experience for good reason. It can be a hard road. There's lots you need to go through to get here. And at the moment, you only get one turn on the roundabout. At the moment, there's no second chances. So don't transition, don't leave this life, this amazing opportunity thinking, oh God, I wish I'd just gone a bit more for what I wanted, because that's why I came in the first place. It's like going to Disney, being so excited to go on Space Mountain, and then going, oh, well, no one else really wants to go on that, so I won't. You're going to leave Disney going, it's the reason I went. So your wants are important for you. They're important for you to be loving the life you live. And guess what? If you love the life you live, you become divinely more of you. If you become divinely more of you, it's easier to divinely love the life you live, and round in this beautiful circle of love we go. So getting what you want, aligning to your wants, driving towards your wants is important for your love of your living. But I'm going to say it again. That is important for those around you. Because they need you to be you. And if you're not aligning to your wants, you're not being all that you can be. They want you to be all that you can be. And guess what? You actually start to call them towards their wants. You make it easier for them to start loving their life. We're not here to pussyfoot around. We're not here to walk on eggshells and not go after something that we want with our heart and soul because it might upset somebody else. First of all, it might not. Second of all, you've got to align to what you want to give them the permission to go after what they want. How about every single physical human going after what they want in this world? And again, don't step towards that, oh, that's a cutthroat society. I want to live in a world where everybody gives to everybody else. Of course, there are going to be times where what you want is to put someone else first. But not always. Sometimes your wants are burning. Sometimes they're important. Sometimes you won't understand the relevancy and the importance of what you want to other people. The impact that you getting what you want has on other people. But all you can do in this life is not second guess. Oh, but if I want that and I do that, it might make them feel like that. It might not. But if I go after that and do that, it might make them do that and I don't want that. It might not. How about you just always choose to align to what feels good? Feels good isn't woo-woo. Feels good isn't wishy-washy. Feels good isn't, come to my Pilates class, you'll feel good afterwards. Feels good is spiritual reference. Feels good is, that's what's for the greatest good of myself. If everybody aligned to what feels good, we'd start to pull each other up. Together we rise divinely. We grab hold of each other's bootstraps and we pull each other up, as opposed to watering ourselves down and creating a ceiling that no one else can rise up. It takes a special few. It takes a courageous few. It takes a divinely confident few to stand up and say, I'm going after what I want. And not to hell with the rest of you. I'm going after what I want for the greatest good of myself, because I know that's for the greatest good of all of you, because I love all of you. And I'm divinely confident that I am built of love. And if I'm aligning to what feels good, then that is for the greatest good of myself, which is always for the greatest good of those around me. Always. There's no going back from that. If you always align to what feels good, you will not go wrong. And I know some of you are starting to go, oh, well, easier said than done. I can't always align to what feels good, otherwise I won't go to work tomorrow. Maybe there are big changes that are needed, but you don't need to start there. Maybe you could just start practicing aligning to what feels good in the small moments. Maybe you could encourage others, those around you, to align to what feels good. You know, there's lots of speak out there about, I said I'd go out for that lunch and I really just today want to sit in my garden, but I'll go because I said yes. Well, just imagine for a moment that in that moment you turn up for that lunch, not really wanting to be there, but making the best of it because that's what friends do. It doesn't feel good to me, but I'm going to battle through. It doesn't feel good to you will be energetically picked up by that other person. They might not be able to put their finger on it. They might outwardly go, oh, I'm really glad you showed up. You might even have the conversation and say, do you know what, I really fancied sitting in my garden and not coming today, but do you know what, I'm really glad I came. And the other person will go, I'm really glad you came. Energetically, this might all be rubbish. Energetically, it might not be true. Because energy is always true. It's either there or it's not. So, in that moment of you going to a lunch that does not make you feel good, you're not showing up as all of you. And more importantly, You are teaching the other person, the other energy, that they need to do the same, that they need to endure a life where they do stuff that doesn't feel good. Oh, well, I'll get through this bit because then I'll do something that I really want to do. Rubbish. How about we just live our life feeling good? Aligned to what feels good. Now, there are lots of ways I can help you with this. I introduce you to the divine energies of divine dance and divine play. And even those names will give you a little shudder. They'll go, oh, that sounds fun. Yeah. It's because they're calling you to what feels good. They're going to help you to align to what feels good. They're going to show you the change, the positive change, that's assured with love, that can come if you align to what feels good. So I'm going back to the title of this video. Your wants are important. They are important for you. They are important for those around you. They are important for every body that you share this planet with. So don't for a minute think that you're doing anybody a favour by doing what you don't want to do, because you're not. And if you want to explore the change, and you want to welcome change, and this feels like a big uphill battle for you, but I'm forever the person who's people pleasing. I'm forever the person who's making other people feel good because that makes me feel good. But does it? I'm not saying you're wrong. In some cases, doing something for another will truly make you feel good, but you'll know because you'll feel good. Then other times you'll tell yourself you'll feel good, but you're not really feeling good. And that doesn't benefit you, and it doesn't benefit the other person. I'm going to say it again. It doesn't benefit the other person because energetically, you think you're giving, but you're not. You're taking away. You're putting a ceiling upon how good they're allowed to feel. You are teaching their energy that they're no longer allowed to align to what feels good. And if it feels like a big uphill battle and you think, I can't bring that kind of change into my life, start small. If you don't know where to start, join one of my live classes. Expect the change to radiate through all of your life. My live classes might be centred on movement, they might not. They might be centred on energetics, always. You might come to me for massage, but the change that I bring as a facilitator of change radiates out through all of your life. So therefore, it will help you to get closer to all that you are. And if you're getting closer to all that you are, you're aligning to your wants. And your wants can be prioritised wants in this moment. They can be emphasised wants, those big ticket items. But be careful, don't start there. Because these are the ones that are most infiltrated from outside. Oh yeah, I've always wanted to live by the beach. I've always wanted that house or that car. Infiltrated by society and media around you, telling you that you, especially subliminally, that you will be happier when you live at the beach or when you have that car. You don't need to think your way there, you need to feel your way there. What feels good? Don't go for the big ticket items, explore what you want. You are always, always given the gift to explore your wants because you are a powerful creator, and that means you want all the time. And that is a great thing. It's a part of who you are as a physical human. You want because you want to create change. And very specifically, you came here to create the change that you wanted to create, living as all of you. That's why you came. So if you want to tiptoe in and explore those wants, join me, one of my live classes. See how divine dance and divine play can bring you to experiences of change that are going to feel good. Heck, they're going to lead you towards what feels great divinely. And this is going to settle in your energy. It's going to get harder for you to not align to what feels good. Then watch the ripples of change through your life, dragging you towards a life that you divinely love. And then watch the ripples of change in those around you. I want to see you on those live classes, guys. It's important. You are important. And it's time for you to start recognising that you, as a powerful creator, have importance in what you want. Big love.